I wanted to see why Western games are doomed. I mean, they are. Oh my god, I just realized her hair curls the same way as mine does when my bangs are too, thing. I thought it's because of the glasses. Maybe she has glasses. Oh my god.
Very much a homebody.
Twizzies.
Almost embarrassingly so. And weekends are when I have the most time to dive into whatever game I'm currently playing through.
To gooning games. We always go for gooning games.
Up until about 3 weeks ago, that was Clair Obscure, which, yes, I finally beat. But this weekend was no different. It's midnight on Friday night, and I'm working my way through Stellar Blade while my half-started copy of First Berserker Kazan is staring at me from...
She's doing Stellar Blade, gentlemen. She's a fellow gooner. I welcome D in our midst.
My backlog. And as I was running around...
She plays normal games and reads the woman books. What the fuck do you mean by that? Normal games and woman books. God forbid a woman does feminine shit like that. Let her be. She's one of us. Don't be like that.
Around Zion, something just clicked.
She even played this Giga Girly game. What is it? Something Nikki. It's like a dress-up game or some shit. I'm not feminine enough for this. I know Young Claire plays it. Yeah, Infinity Nikki or something. Did you play it? Nah. I'm sorry. They ruined it?
Did you say lips? What do you call a blind gynecologist? The lip reader Yepkin.
Shut up.
Both of these games have super fun, fluid combat. Both have very attractive protagonists. Both nail that one more try addiction that keeps you glued to your screen, and they're both Korean made.
Ooh.
As I realized this, it hit me. When did Korean developers quietly start dropping all these bangers?
Honestly, dude, Korean game devs have been based from the beginning. Like, most of the best MMOs, they were fucking grindy, of course, but they were Korean. Like, I think Lineage 2 was Korean. Ion was probably Korean too. I don't know, maybe Terra? Terra might have been next in the background. Those are like Korean to me. All Korean MMO were P2 and yeah, but they were good. Mabinogi, Ragnarok, oh my god, Ragnarok Online, it was Blade and Soul 2. Dude, the Koreans are onto something. I know that Korea is not like a very healthy society because, like, you know, the bullying and the strict beauty standards and whatnot, but I don't know, man. Lately I keep thinking which one is better. Like, in Korea they don't give too many options how you can look like, but in Western society you can be anything and everything and people decide that, and I'm just like, man. Is it because of the beauty standards? I think it's a lot of reason. Korea is fucked like big time because of the chaebols, right? The unimorphity might actually be better. I'm torn on it because being your own self is also important to be able to express yourself. It's just like some people always go from 0 to 100, you know?
I started looking into it, and I guess this has just gone completely under my radar, but
Bro, the UI of this game looks exactly like Genshin. Is it just me? Like, even the icons are similar to Genshin. They just like Nintendo dropped Breath of the Wild, Genshin came in, knocked it off, and then they rolled with it, and then there were other Genshin copies, and now this is just all gacha, dude. Oh man.
My radar, but developers from China and Korea, places that historically haven't made double or AAA titles, have really been knocking it out of the park lately. And obviously Japan has always had their share of home runs too. But these days, with how expensive games are becoming and with how awful some of our choices are,
Bro, did you guys read it that apparently like GTA will need also like your ID registration? So that you will be only able to play GTA if you actually provide the government ID. I read it on Twitter. Bro, I don't want to give out my ID to every single government just so I can goon in a game or whatnot.
really means a lot. We're
damn.
naturally gravitating towards the games that respect our time and money, and over the past couple years, Eastern developers have been pulling us in like a black hole, and I'm loving it. It's no secret that Elden Ring and the Soulsborne formula have inspired many of these Eastern developers.
Let me think. When was the last time that a game came out that was an absolute banger? Okay, instead of except Clair Obscur. Okay, I know Clair Obscur was French, and it was like really fucking good. But before Clair, what was the last game? Was Baldur's Gate? Where did they make Baldur's Gate? Was it American? Elden Ring is like Japanese, no? Wukong is Chinese. Or Japanese, I don't fucking know. Wukong is not Western made. That was like Chinese. BG is EU. Definitely Helldivers. I don't think Helldivers count. Yeah, Wukong was China.
And how could they not? Elden Ring was a cultural phenomenon, and yes, I've seen gamers claim Souls-like fatigue, but I think that fatigue only happens when the games are bad. So just like what Mr. Gunn said, it's really just bad.
Bro, this guy looks like Guy Fieri. Like, do you guys remember that guy who used to go to restaurants? And he was just like, I don't know, I don't even remember what it was about. He has the hair.
Game fatigue. Here's the thing though, these Eastern developers saw the genuine love and excitement people had for this genre and thought, we can make something players will love too. Most recently, we saw this with Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. Yeah, there were optimization issues at launch, but you can still see that this smaller team was genuinely trying to make something they thought would resonate with players. And since launch, they've apologized, they've released patches, and they've even given away in-game loot. Come on, they're obviously doing their best and working for us. They made this game for us, the players, and they want us to enjoy it and love it. That's the difference. Some developers are genuinely trying to make games with us in mind, and others just...
In the big 25, wait. I thought all the gamers were like misogynist, fascists, and little scums, and if you don't like it, then you shouldn't play it, you should just buy it. Or some shit like that. No? What? Yeah, the devs make games for the gamers? Is that in the budget? Lads, I don't know if that's in the budget.
Aren't. And the crazy thing is that...
Ooh, okay. So, Black Myth Wukong. I'm actually really curious about Tides of Annihilation. I think it's going to be really good. It looked so good on the trailer. It looks so fucking good.
That these Eastern developers haven't discovered some secret formula. They're not doing anything new or groundbreaking. They're just getting back to the basics, making games that respect players and want them to have fun. So all of this got me thinking about the state of our industry. What is happening with Western developers and how...
Oh, I know. I will tell you. Do you want to know what happened? So this is how it was. Western developers were really good because it was a bunch of dudes who were really passionate about gaming forming a studio, and they made great games. And then they became a little bit bigger, and there were these jackasses in suits who came in and decided that, okay, you guys did a really good job, but how about I will just bring a bunch of people who doesn't have passion in the gaming, and they want to change up literally anything and everything. And also we will put a bunch of Karens in here who will tell you that you're a sexist bastard if the woman has curves and doesn't look like a plank. But also you have to add all these unnecessary features that no one gives two fucks about. And we will put a battle pass in it. This is what happened. Yep. It's unironically... a bunch of idiots got invited to the Good Cool Club. Can we fire the HR Karens? I don't know, can we?
And how are they so far behind their Eastern counterparts? Now, before we get into the whole East versus West thing, let's be real. The gaming industry is getting squeezed from every direction. We've now got credit card companies trying to censor gaming content, games disappearing when servers shut down, hence the Stop Killing Games initiative, rising development costs making everyone risk-averse, live service pressure from investors, the prioritization of modern ideology over good gameplay, and us just paying more than ever for games that we don't actually own. The entire industry is getting hit from all sides. Eastern developers, Western developers, everyone's facing the same stuff one way.
I love... Sorry. Unfortunate pause. I love paying like $100 for a game that I actually don't even own. Like if hypothetically... yeah, okay, come. If hypothetically, let's say our Lord and Savior Gaben would sell Steam to some like little jackass who would decide that, okay, they are shutting down Steam and all of your games would go poof. I don't know, man. What can you do? There isn't much you can do. It would be so over.
That's cool. It's because studios currently don't have employees from the dev clans, where the son was the first second-gen Blizz employee for 7 years clueless.
Ah, that makes sense. I see you.
Stuff one way or another. But how these developers respond is what tells you everything. When faced with the challenges, some developers are doubling down on actually caring about us.
Can I just point out that I'm actually very proud of gamers? I am so glad that there was all of these fucking slob games that was like a bunch of like barebone whatever with DEI painted all over it, and they just didn't buy it and they went bankrupt.
As someone who worked in AA gaming since '08, shareholders are only a problem is the game has massive hype. It Karens and unskilled and unpassioned people who ruined more, and when you call them out for it you have a meeting with HR.
Dude, I mean, yeah, like, I don't want to be like that, but I don't know who decided that, like, diversity is needed in this, like, if you put someone, like, let's say you hire someone, you want to hire them for their skills. It doesn't matter if it's black, white, Chinese, whatever. You hire that person because they are passionate, they have a good resume, they have good skills. You cannot just hire someone because... oh, well, there were like 5 guys who would have been better, but you tick a box, so I'm going to get you instead. It makes no sense. Like, I would be mortified if I would be the DEI hire and I know that everyone hates me because I don't deserve to be here, but oh, I'm a girl, so they hired me. Like, fuck no, dude. I would hate that. Who decided the actual races? The thing is, you know how like people are bitching that like, oh, for example, there isn't enough women in like these sort of things. Like, why do women have to be literally everywhere? I know it sounds wrong, but hear me out. So it's like women only want to take over positions that are like paying well, and it's like quote unquote high quality jobs, right? Like you will never see women trying to get accepted to oil rigs where like the fishers are, or like these big fucking boats where you actually have to do like manual labor and you have to sweat your ass off, or to be a sewage worker. Like those people are like 99% male oriented jobs, right? Yeah, it's like they always want the physically easy jobs, and then they always butt in with the stupidest opinions. The Karens, not all women, because there are many really cool women developers. God bless their heart. But it's like...
one of the biggest problems with DEI is that even if you would be hired for your talent, people will now question it even still.
Yeah. That's so bad. Like, imagine you go to work for like a gaming company and they look at you and they're like, ugh, it's a woman, right? And it's like, I wouldn't be surprised, because there's just so many times that you have like these Karens getting these jobs, and it's like, oh, well, I did this and I think this would be really good and we have to cater for everyone. And it's like, no, bitch. No, you don't. Like, it's like, it's so tiresome. But I think it's changing. I think finally that, like, all these games, like, flopped, like, you know, Concord and whatnot, like, they are actually realizing that it's not going to fly.
To add to that, when I go in the industry, there weren't programs that teach you how to create games. You learned on the job, so I have taught a lot of people without skill. But there have been a ton of people who just don't care. Can't even use them to cook coffee. Just a complete waste of time.
Yeah, dude, I am always so shocked when there are like game devs who are saying that they don't game. Like, I don't know. It like imagine that you're applying to be a chef, but you never fucking cook. That's just so weird. Like, I'm not saying you have to be a competitive gamer, but like, why would you? Why not? You know, if not gamer, unqualified to make games. But right, like, how many times you hear it that game devs like they hate the gamers? Oh, like gamers are awful. Like they are little cunts and whatnot. And it's just like, bro, what are you talking about? That's your audience. What's wrong with you? All the time nowadays? Yeah, but isn't it baffling? And unironically, that's usually not even the Karens. It's like these weird entitled dudes who actually don't want to do games, but like they want to do bigger things. They just like got stuck with this genre because they can't get into the better thing. And I'm just like, you know, when they want to be like actual like movie directors and some shit, but like they are not half as witty and smart as they think they are. And they are just like, okay, they stuck with the games, but they think games are pathetic. Yeah.
The players, because they understand we're the ones who can actually help them succeed, while others have just stopped listening to us entirely. So let's do a little dissecting of what the West has been up to. Now, be warned. It's a little bit depressing, but don't worry, we'll get through it together. And then we'll look at how Eastern developers are truly here to save the day.
Okay, I don't want to be parasocial, but I noticed something very cute about this girl. Okay? When she smiles, her nose scrunches a bit. That's so cute. I love it. I love it when that happens. Like when someone like scrunch. It's so cute. I'm sorry. It's off topic. I just noticed that.
Together. And then we'll look at how Eastern developers are truly here to save the day and how not all hope is lost.
Oh god, no. Imagine the show the writers of Dragon Age Veilguard or Concord would make.
Oh no, bro. If they would make a show, it would be like the last season of Game of Thrones.
AI doesn't have to be bad if implemented correctly. For example, there are many boomers among course who won't hire a woman because they, the course, are mentally stuck in the reality from half a century ago.
That's true.
Same with people who have some extra needs that would require from the employer to adapt the contract and workplace. They are fucked on the current job market.
Yeah, like, listen, I agree. I think there's like a bunch of like sexist CEOs who don't wanna hire women, and that's bullshit. Or maybe even there are racist CEOs who don't wanna hire other ethnicities. I think it shouldn't matter. Maybe we should switch to all CV to be genderless and raceless, and you simply look at the skills and the experience, and you hire based off of that. Because this is a job. This is not like a pageant, whatever. So a bot? Okay, I wouldn't do bots. Because like imagine being bounced down. Like look at fucking YouTube, the amount of mistakes that bot makes. No, like it would be a human person, but you just like put out these information and you erase that. Like, why do you need to know? Yeah, actually, nope. Yeah, just like the skills and whatever. Like, why do you need to know? It doesn't matter if it's a guy or a girl. As long as the CV looks good, you just hire them. AI already bounced CVs for most corpos jobs. The end is near. It's over for us.
Going back through gaming history, it's such a bummer because there was a time when Western AAA developers actually worked to make games with us in mind. You could truly feel that they really cared about what we wanted. Remember Assassin's Creed 2? Ubisoft spent years reconstructing Renaissance Italy with his—
You remember Assassin's Creed Shadows with Yasuke? The most Japanese samurai ever Japanese in Japan? I remember. That was really cool.
Story and level accuracy, all while giving us a beloved protagonist and story that made you care about the world even more. It wasn't just for profit or to push some agenda. The team behind the game clearly had pure love and passion for what they were making, and it was obvious.
And now you don't have that, but what you have is a nice battle pass into a game that is an offline game. Like, whoever came up with that, that's absolutely genius. It's like, oh, you don't play an online game? It's okay, battle pass. Hell yeah!
that they wanted the players to enjoy it. BioWare used to obsess over connecting with players. They'd spend months, years, perfecting conversation systems and Mass Effect and Dragon Age because they
Dragon Age.
understood that's how we bond with the characters.
Game
Thousands
of
of
the Year
lines of
edition.
dialogue, branching narratives that actually mattered. It was all because they knew that's what their players would love. And Rockstar, their track record speaks for itself. GTA, Red Dead Redemption, they are making games 100%
And now the
catering
map pack is available in the cash store.
Oh, bro, I wouldn't spend a cent on it. Fuck that.
to the player's experience, which is why I'm really hoping GTA 6 doesn't disappoint. But across the board, going back through gaming history, there are so many
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think GTA release is gonna be a mess. I just feel like that it's not ready. The fact that they keep pushing it further and further in, it makes me feel like that it's not fucking ready. Yeah, I feel like it's going to be again like a cyberpunk situation.
examples of games that were made by people who wanted to bring players joy. You could feel the love in
Yep.
every mechanic, every system, every decision. Western AAA gaming was in its golden age. So what happened?
Karen's incompetence. The message, that's what happened. They started putting, I have noticed it. I was actually thinking about it today. So I was scrolling on Twitter and there was like a goon post, a little bit goon post, and it was all the Baldur's Gate women. They were put next to each other in bikini, and I was like, all of them look the same. I just realized that actually Baldur's Gate was a little bit DEI too, but the game was so fucking good that no one gave two fuck about it. Like, all of the women are skinny, they have small tits, they have a small ass. There was no thick queen to sit on my face. Meanwhile, the dudes, so you had the twink vampire, right, who was like a little bit more sassy and feminine. You had the druid daddy, who is like, oh, I'm going to dick you with my bare penis. And like, there was such a diversity in like body types and like everything when it came to the men, but the women got nothing. Like, there was literally no difference. Okay, there was like the muscle mummy for like Karlach, okay? But like, that's it. He's very gentle. Yeah, he's very gentle. But like, so Baldur's Gate is made for women? Yeah? Unironically, I actually think that it's kind of like a smut that is made for women. I feel like if it would have been made for men, then there would have been like some more ass and tits in it. I think. It was a really good game, don't get me wrong. I'm not whining about it. I'm just saying it, we were so close to perfection. So close. So close.
Well, looking at the state of the industry right now, it's clear that so many studios have replaced respect and passion with greed, contempt, laziness, and just nonsense. They started shipping
a company having greed in 2025? What? Next time you will tell me that even capitalism is real. No, that can't be.
broken games at full prices that continue to creep up, cramming in microtransactions and live service monetization, expecting us to pay for unfinished products, then buy the rest as DLC. They've let cultural pressure override what we actually want. Now character design.
Do you guys remember Mind's Eye? They just came out and they were like, oh, it's going to be the GTA killer. It's going to be just like that. And it like came out and they were like, yeah, no. It was like, I heard about that game for an entire week. And that's it.
That's cool.
Nothing
You would
else.
never use us for our money, right? Right?
I do not use you for my... Listen, you can call me a lot of things, but you can't say that. I literally don't even squeeze you. Why the fuck you think I'm poor?
Designs have to go through committees
Much.
that are terrified of making anyone attractive or appealing. They prioritize poorly executed modern ideologies over actual compelling narratives and characters. Everything they do at this point is for what the modern audience desires, but where are they? Where is this audience and why aren't they buying these games? I mean, just look at the
Thank you, Gaia!
lineup over the last few years. The Concord team allegedly
The Conquer team. Bro. Oh my god. Thank you, Mr. Pirate. Thank you so much. Bro, can you imagine having $200 million and you come up with Concord? Bro. So sorry for your limp pee-pee. Thank you, bro. Mwah. Thank you, my beautiful boys. Thank you.
They spent well over their $200 million budget just
Delta. Oh my god. It's over for them. Thank you, Delta. Mwah.
to make both a game and characters that appeal to no one. And then
if you get your pee shrunk, you will get into Concord as a playable character. That's what's going to happen. If you get your pee shot, you will go into Concord. Easy.
Here's Kian chat skill bongo tap skill bongo tap. How are you on this fine ass Monday? Skja heart.
Yo. I am a good. I'm finally here.
And they shut down after 2 weeks. Dragon Age: The Veilguard was in development for 10 years, and some
Bro, there ain't no way that was in development for 10 years. Ain't no fucking way. I am unwilling to believe that. I don't want to believe that. Game of the year? That's so fucking sad. It was such a mess. Dude, I would be depressed if I would be a Dragon Age Veilguard developer. That's just embarrassing. Holy shit.
somehow still launched with insanely awkward and lecture-heavy
Non-binary, I just said, and I'm going to use they instead of she from now on. Bro, you're an ugly bastard. I don't fucking care. It's... Jesus.
Hey, making trash that unlikable took a lot of work. I can believe the 10 years.
It's actually crazy. I don't know, man, but like... I listen, if you identify as whatever you want, I don't fucking care. I will call you whatever you want me to be called. I don't care. But you play a fantasy game in a fantasy setting with like magic and all sorts of things, and you pull out this like, I am actually a they them. Please use the correct pronouns. Like, they could have pulled this off even in a fantasy way. They could have given it a different word.
If you want to watch a good video breaking down Dragon Age Veilguard, I recommend the video essay from Salt Factory. Don't watch it on stream though, as it is 3 hours long.
Jesus. No, but here, seriously, let's say they even have a word. If they have a word for it, then why? Why? Thank you, Maria. Like, why would you do that? They could have literally used an in-game world and people would have understood. They don't need this like, I am not a she. You call them like, I'm a hocus pocus, okay? You have to hocus pocus me when you talk to me, and that's it. Ugh.
dialogue in a game where dialogue is everything. The Saints Row reboot, with over $100 million budget, completely ignored fan concerns and just steamrolled ahead to failure and ultimately the developer's demise. And don't even get me started on Ubisoft. Star Wars Outlaws only
Dude. I'm so sad for the Star Wars franchise. It used to be so good. It used to be so promising. Now you have like fucking Chewbacca haired ass protagonist. She looks like Han Solo with like a wet mop on her head. That's how she looks like. And also, have you noticed that like she dressed like she basically looks like Han Solo, but she is a woman, but she is not feminine. Like, this haircut is not nice. Her jaw is sharp. There's no tits, there's no curves, there's nothing. She just looks like a dude, but she doesn't have a penis, you know? And, yeah, like, listen, it doesn't have to be big tits, but there is nothing feminine about this. Like, she rocks that 80s haircut, and even in the 80s, the dudes had this haircut, not the women. But that's the point. I think the point is that there is a handful of developers who just hate it when men enjoy something, or like when the men get attracted to something, and they start to like kill out everything that men find attractive. Because let's be real, if men would like design this, like, okay, half of you would put her into an eeny beeny tiny bikini, but like most of you would just like, oh, like make her a little bit cuter, a little bit sweeter, maybe a little bit more curves, like a little bit Lara Croftian sort of, you know? Like it wouldn't be just like, oh, she's naked and she's shooting lasers out of her nipples. But they are just like, they make all the main characters unwankable. You know? And it's like, why don't you want to buy it? Thank you, Chloe! No popping! I was just talking about... Yeah. You know, for fuck's sake, I would play a Lara Croft in space. Exactly! Right? But like, it's so ugly. It's not even ugly, okay? It's not ugly, it's just not pretty. It's just whatever. Modern Lara SP, yeah.
Only sold 1 million copies in its first month, despite their massive marketing spend, causing their stock to crash to a 10-year low. Then there's Assassin's Creed Shadows and Skull and Bones.
Oh, it's my
flop
boy.
After flop, with these same awful formulas, costing the company over
Is this Ubisoft logo made out of cocaine? What you think? Kind of looks powdery to me.
178 million in losses for the last year. And their CEO keeps making these tone-deaf comments.
Ubisoft CEO blames organized criticism for poor gamers. Yeah. Of course. Of course. Okay. Do you guys have a word for guy Karens? Are they like a Carl or something?
About it all. He can't be stopped. The list goes on and on. Suicide Squad,
Kevin.
Redfall. What's the result of all of this? Mass layoffs across
Kyle.
the industry. Studios shutting down. And these companies bring all of this upon themselves. They cut corners, push low effort development, and chase that mythical modern audience instead of truly...
Do you think there is actually a modern audience? Like in like a big percentage? Like, I always think that these are just like a handful of loud people who gaslit other people. But like, I don't really think so, right? You know what's the most sad about this entire thing? That I think men are relatively simple to cater to. Like, yeah, sure, you need good mechanics and a good story, and you put like a halfway attractive character into it, and they will be like, yeah, this is like 10 out of 10. You know, like it's not like, oh, you need like 10,000 hair option and all shades of hair color, and like you have to be able to, like, guys don't care about it. Like most of the guys go to the character creator and just like roll a randomize option, and they just like, yeah, that's fine. That's bucket face.
There is a modern audience. They are the people who are trying to bring Concord back.
There's people who want to bring Concord back. Oh. Okay.
Serving the players who are actually supposed to buy their games. Studios that have been around for decades are getting shut down left and right because they followed these awful formulas, prioritizing monetization over quality, ideology over gameplay. There has been so much money wasted. This is basically the state of Western AAA games.
Yep.
Like I said, depressing. I mean, these are supposed...
I mean, it's depressing for them. We are just kind of pointing and laughing at them every time they crash and burn. I don't know, man. It's like... I feel like there was one franchise that I actually really liked. It was the Life is Strange franchise. And it was already a little bit like, you know, it's like more oriented at girls and like a little bit like... I wouldn't say it was woke-ish, but it was like there was a sprinkle of it. But it was like really good. Yeah, I still really liked it. And I even played like the Before the Storm, and that was like alright too. And now they keep coming up with like new games, and it's just like...
No, the modern audience for the most part isn't born yet. The modern audience is the next generation who will know nothing but this slop and like it.
I don't think so. I don't think that the Gen Zers are gonna be into it, or the Gen Alpha or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, dude, the new ones always look so bad. It's like they are trying to milk the same franchise, but they don't understand what made the first one so special. It's so sad. I actually feel so bad for these developers because they have all this money and they're kind of blind. Like they spend so much time and effort and they are just like, yeah, you're stupid.
Supposed to be some of the best of the best. We're talking millions of dollars here. Massive teams, huge historical successes, and somehow so many of their recent titles felt like they were made by people who just didn't care, or at least didn't care nearly enough. And
I think they cared. I think they just cared about the wrong things.
Just squish Yahoo
Hey,
Space
voila.
Cat.
I think what happened is that there was a bunch of retards who was put into these positions and they had brought their very, very personal agenda and they put in whatever was important for them. And that's all. And then they were like, yeah, the rest of it doesn't matter. Well, whose fault is that? Well, whose fault is it? It's not mine.
we're at the point now where it's become so easy to recognize that disconnect and the lack of effort. I mean, you can basically tell immediately when
Oh,
you
God. I swear to God. I don't mean to be like this, but can we stop shaving their heads? Can we put some hair back onto the ladies? Like, she can be still raggedy and like badass and like be cool and whatever, but like she looks like a boy who just entered the military and they just gave her a buzz cut. I don't know, man. And like, I don't like, listen, when I play a game, I don't care if I play a girl or a boy. Like, I can play guys, no worries, but like, they might as well just give me a dude instead of a girl who is very angry and has a weird attitude. It's not in the budget. You sure? I want to play a girl. I want to watch some butt. I'm going to be honest. I actually don't care. But like, I'm going to be honest with you. She looks ugly as fuck. And I checked the original actor she was based off of. And she looks hot. So they downgraded her from reality. And she looks bald and I don't want to look at it, you know? Like, I'm not saying that, oh, it's disgusting, I'm going to melt. It's just, why would I buy a game where the character looks like that? I will admit that I am superficial enough that I only want to play games that are aesthetically pleasing for me. I like beauty. I like hot dudes and hot chicks and anything in between, you know? And she's just not it? Question mark? You know?
See a new trailer. Whether
Would you say the same if the person she was based off had alopecia?
Prol henlo there plubbers.
I think you... No, I wouldn't say the same because it's different. For example, just because you have alopecia, you can still have feminine features. Like, you can have a softer jaw, you can put on makeup, you can look nice. Or, you know, it happens to many people. But this person just looks like a freshly washed shit. My apologies. That's what it is. It's a BS argument. They downgraded the model for DEI points. Yeah, exactly. I wish I would know who the face actor is. She looks really... They did the same with the Star Wars Outlaws game too. The person who lent her features, she's actually really pretty, and the Star Wars Outlaw model looks utter shite.
whether or not the game is gonna be a hit or a miss, yes, still looking at you. And
it's such a shame because the trailer looks so good for this game, but I'm not going to buy it because of this. Like, I can't be bothered. I'm not going to spend $80 on a game just so that it will look at me with this smug face, whatever this is.
and that beautiful glistening head. But all of this brings us to good news. When you look at what's been happening in the East, the small teams of developers in China and Korea are fighting to put out double and AAA games, while facing—
Dude, meanwhile, all the Chinese and Korean and Japanese gotchas, it's like, here, have Nikkei, have Uma Musume, have all of these adorable women who are bouncy and jiggly and they love you and all they want is to be your friend and be your love and they would do literally anything for you, you know? Feminism went so far that now being feminine is wrong, sadly. Isn't that crazy? Like, how many times you hear feminist people like bashing trad wives and whatnot?
You're awesome
It's
and
crazy.
stay awesome, squat.
Thank you, Sean. Like, I'm actually shocked that feminism went so far into the other direction that you think that if you're like a wife and a mother, you're being oppressed and you're being brainwashed. Like, Jesus Christ, dude.
all facing these same pressures, and so many of them are succeeding. The passion for what they do is shining through. They're fully focused on respecting their audience and giving us, the players, what we want. Fun fact, Black Myth Wukong's team spent 4 years traveling around China to 3D scan real locations out of pure love and authenticity. You can feel how much they cared about the source material, story, and the characters. I love that little Buddha. And they shared that passion with us.
It's so chunky. Oh, this is so disturbing. It almost has the face of an adult or something, but it has like... It almost has even the face of, like, the body of an adult, but it's like shrunk.
At every step. And you know what?
Hey, leave the Billy Buddha alone. Dude, he's old. Bless his heart, he looks good.
Black Myth Wukong cost around 42 million to make and has sold over 25 million copies. That's what happens when players feel like someone actually cares about them versus trying to force things on them that they don't want. Stellar Blade gave us a beautiful female lead and calculated physics for every single movement, while refusing to compromise on a 60 FPS. The game launched pretty much bug-free too. That's them caring about our experience. And
bro, I guarantee you that there was so many people on Twitter who got like a fucking meltdown over Stellar Blade. Like, they were like ugly crying and sobbing and yelling for the patriarchy just because the main character was attractive. Yeah, there was. I'm not surprised. I am literally not surprised. They were so mad. I would be too. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think what happened is that there was a bunch of people who first was like, inclusivity is important. And everyone was fine with it because, yeah, it's important to have everyone represented. And then out of that went to, okay, but we have to overcompensate so certain people are more represented, like fat people or like masculine women or some shit like that. And now it's like, whenever you have a simple, attractive woman, it's like you're not allowed. So they went from we want to be represented to you're only allowed to enjoy our content. And if you enjoy anything else that looks attractive, then you're a bad person. And I'm just like,
And you can feel it in every animation.
Honestly, I'm kind of getting really pissed at the term Gooner game. Okay, I developed a new pet peeve. You have to hear me out. This is my new pet peeve. Anytime I go to social media or TikTok and I open up the comments, all I see, if, like, let's say it's a clip about an anime or something, right? And I want to read like what the plot is or what the title is. And someone writes in, it's Gunnar anime and like a dead flower, like that tulip or something that like bends downwards. I have anger issues about that. Like, it's like me seeing red and I want to pounce on that person and just like choke them in Minecraft. Yeah, that fucking foul. It's like a Gunnar movie, Gunnar anime, Gunnar game. I fucking lose it because it's like I'm already angry. I'm sorry. I cannot go into that, but there is like a lot of insert cursing, insert you're a retard, you're wrong, you don't deserve the oxygen that you're breathing in, more cursing, period. Yeah, I just...
and the numbers prove it. Stellar Blade hit 3 million copies sold, with 1 million copies on PC in just 3 days when it launched on Steam. I mean, that's a legit accomplishment, right?
I personally appreciate it. If it's Gunner, it means I'm the target audience. Bro, but they use Gunner for the weirdest fucking shit. It's like, if there is an attractive girl in literally anything, it's like, it's Gunner anime. It's like, no, it's fucking not. It's so weird.
A pretty protagonist and good gameplay really are an unbeatable combo. Another recent one is Lies of P. They took the Souls-like formula and crafted this haunting, twisted, Pinocchio-like world with such attention to detail and polish.
Bro, do you guys remember when I played Lies of P? Oh god, that game was so frustrating because I was so bad at it. It was purely skill issue. It was so much fun. I wanted to play it so much more, but I was so bad at it. I got anger issues. It was fun. No, it's fun to watch you die for like the first half an hour. Afterwards, it's just like kind of pathetic and like, oh, why are you even trying, you know? I wanted you to play more. I wanted so bad to play more, but I was just so bad at it. Just parry. I am so bad at parrying. I want you to know that I never parry in games. I had just face tank it. I literally do. And these games will not forgive you for that. You know? That's not true. You were learning. I was so fucking anxious, man.
That showed genuine love for both the fairy tale and the players who love this genre. The market responded, and Lies of P sold over...
It's true, because there was so much pushback for calling Love and Deep Space a Gunner game. But Love and Deep Space is a Gunner game. Every time I see an ad, I don't know why I keep getting ads for it, it's like a guy being like tied up sensually wearing latex or being half dressed, muscle daddies, some girl's hand is like quivering or like she's grinding on his thing. What are you watching? No, these are ads. They are ads on like TikTok, right? Like I'm scrolling and it's just like a Love and Deep Space ad. And I'm just like, oh my god, how is this? Like, one of them is basically just literally grinding one of the advertisements. Like, it's the most Gunner. I want you to know that no one calls it Gunner. And sometimes, I get like content creators who talk about Love and Deep Space. And it's always women, of course, because it's for women. And they are so serious about it. And they like lore craft. And it's like so weird to see that it actually just like women but down bad. They are just like, oh yeah, like you have to get like, oh, this 5-star with the story, and it's just like, oh my god, and they're just, Jesus Christ, man. I think what we have to bring back some good old equality. I think we have to let the women goon and we have to let the men goon. And we have to remember that we are supposed to be each other's allies and shake hands. I unironically get tired of women hating men for no reason at all. It's some sort of like made up vendetta in their head and they just like do it because why the fuck not? You know? It's just so exhausting.
Over 3 million copies, hitting 1 million in its first month alone. And this also just gives me a chance to say, Eastern developers across the board are not afraid of making games that look good. Attractive, beautiful characters that aren't trying to check boxes, but are just trying.
Listen, I want to point out that Tubi is still one of the most searched things in Gunner sites that I know absolutely nothing of. But hypothetically, if I would, then I would say that Tubi is still going strong. Yeah, it's cool sauce. I know nothing. I don't know.
Trying to draw the player in and add to their experience and enjoyment. No intentional nerfing of their looks, no agendas, no ulterior motives, no nonsense. Just good-looking, pretty, attractive characters and designs.
That's not even... You see, like, my problem is... Thank you, Lagira! My problem is... It's not even the look. It's the behavior. It's almost like... And listen, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like really that if you're feminine, and by feminine, okay, I will define what femininity is in my head. If you're kind, caring, soft-spoken, maybe a little bit bashful or shy, or like a little bit more quiet and just warm, like, you know, that kind of thing, then they deem you like weak or you're wrong. And you cannot be that. Like, you have to be strong, you have to be loud, you have to be like outspoken, you gotta get it done, you gotta get the dollar. And I'm just like, I don't really want that. Not a caretaker, but like, I think you're thinking in two absolutes. Just because someone is kind and caring and loving, it doesn't mean that there cannot be more personality trope to them, right? Like, you can be someone who is loving and they want to protect their family, so they make sacrifices for it, right? Like, you can be still badass and you can be strong. It's just you also have a softer side. But it's almost like it's not allowed for women in games from the Western developers to have a softer side. Like, you just have to be angry and loud and be right and tell the men to, I don't know, go fuck themselves or something, you know? And it's so weird for me because, I don't know, like, I don't think that I am incredibly feminine, but I do have a softer side and I kind of miss it. Like, whenever I see media, like movies or games where you have like this like rough female protagonist who doesn't want a hero to save her, and they want, I don't know, then I just like, I kind of don't like that, you know?
And I've said this before, but I don't understand why this
Atomic
is so
Heart Fridge Nora can beat 2B for me.
hard for Western developers.
Do not
stop making your
fuck the
characters less
fridge.
attractive on purpose. But getting back on track, are all of these Eastern games perfect? No. I had the occasional frustrations with Black Myth's hitboxes, and I wouldn't say Stellar Blade's story is my absolute favorite, but here's the thing. They are trying. Just like with what I was saying earlier with Wu Chang. They're clearly
Something that
trying.
is actually
They're
funny
at
about
least
the whole discourse. The
Thank you,
people
oh my
who
God,
hate
oh
on
my
Stellar
God.
Blade like to bring up Bayonetta as a positive example of being sexy, but I remember when she came out, the same people were freaking out about her being sexy too.
Thank you so much, oh my God, for the 10k bits. Oh my God, dude. I can I just point out that how many people, there was this thing I heard that, you know, Bayonetta is like very, very sexy and whatever. And then they started to saying that Bayonetta is actually canonically lesbian. And they were like trying to get the developer canceled because it turned out that Bayonetta had like a husband and a child. And they were just like unwilling to accept it. And it's like, bro, come on, let the girl have some dick if she wants to. They were so mad. Wait, really? Yeah, they were like freaking out. Like, I don't understand why it has to be that every hot woman is into women. Let some of the hot women be into men. Like, you know, I know it's 25, but sometimes girls are still into boys. It's alright to be into boys if you're a girl. It happens, you know? She's sexy, short glasses, yeah, and she was like a diva, and she was badass and feminine and seductive. I think, you see, that thing, I think they are not making women seductive anymore. And it's the biggest stupid dumbass thing, because I think women hold so much power with the fact that they can become seductive. I think that's the biggest soft power women hold. Like, obviously, you're not going to be as strong as a man. You cannot, like, covet on them against the wall. You cannot, like, flip them. But being seductive gives you so much power over a man. And they just, like, erasing that trait. Like, because, it's like, you can't be seductive because
Hello,
it's pleasing
School
for the
Chat.
man.
Damn, I'm starting
Hey,
to run out
Katie.
of ideas for these monthly messages.
You know?
But yeah. 53 months. How is everyone doing?
But no, am I wrong? I swear to God, they are removing the power of seduction from women just because men enjoy it. if like seduction would come with something like that, it's the same result, but men are screaming while it happens to them, it would be allowed. But because you guys are enjoying it, it's kind of a nerf from all women, and it's kind of stupid.
Putting in the effort, and you can easily see that these developers are working to make something they hope will love.
Dude, like even back then, like when misogyny was like, do you guys remember the? I haven't seen them. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't seen a singular James Bond movie. Okay, but I have seen clips of it, like the old James Bond movie when he literally slaps her ass and tells her to get the fuck out because the men are speaking, like. It was pretty sexist, right? It was, I'm gonna be honest with you. But even back then, all the female villains were seductive and powerful, and they were like, oh, how will James Bond get out of this? He was too weak. He fell into her trap. Dun dun dun. You know, and it was so cool. It was so cool that women had a different, almost weapon set, sort of. Like that they didn't have to be like a fucking judo or karate queen to whack ass. I don't know, man.
The genuine care still comes through,
dude.
even if the execution isn't all.
Or, hear me out. I know it's our favorite feed guy, but like Kill Bill. Kill Bill was mostly about the main character being a woman and going through a lot of women's assassins who were like hot and amazing. I loved Kill Bill. It was so gory and brutal, and it was so cool.
Always perfect. Yes, we want to get our money's worth and don't want to buy broken things. But from what I've seen across the internet, we're not expecting perfection, even
I can't write seductive because they have no experience. I don't think it's that. I think they don't want to write seductive because they deem it, I don't want to say dirty, but they deem it as pandering to the male audience. You know? It's too much for the male gaze. And they don't really want that. You have to remember that these people often don't want to make you guys happy.
No, they tried to write secutive. We got Tash.
Don't say that. Do women not like seductive women? I think... Okay, hear me out. Hot take. I think there is 3 type of women in the world, okay? There's the... Ooh, is it... I'm calculating. So 3. Okay. So there is the ones. So there are the normies. Okay, that's going to be the baseline. There are the normies. They are normie women doing normal woman shit, right? There are the Karens who hate men and love women and they want women to girl boss and sexualize themselves, but as long as it's good for the women, and as soon as men enjoy women getting sexualized, they hate that. Like, you know, it's like if you would be like, oh, I would say I'm lesbian and this is my girlfriend and I'm going to kiss her, then they would be like, oh my god, you're literally the best. But if I would say I'm lesbian and here's my girlfriend and I'm going to kiss her, and there's 2 dudes who is going to watch me, they're going to be like, no. They can't see that. They can't have any pleasure out of it. No, you have to keep it to yourself and girl boss all alone, right? So that's like the second type. And the third type is the bisexuals, okay? Who love women, who love gooning. They love men, but they also love women, right? Because like any shot you don't take is like whatever. Yeah, those are the based women, the gooner women who is just like, oh yeah, those jiggly tits, oh yeah, they're pretty hella fucking good. Yeah. Right? Women are the ones to keep other women down. Well, yeah, I mean, we are not going to... That's such a tough topic. But yeah, did you just call yourself based? I call myself a lover, not a fighter, okay? I'm gonna be honest with you. I want to see pretty women And it can be like strong women, it can be soft women. I like the bottoms, I like the tops. Okay, like not gonna lie, I've met many girls who I would have been like, listen, if you wanna top me, I'm right fucking here. Or I met like beautiful bottom women who is like, listen, if you need a top, I'm also right fucking here. Like I'm literally available. I don't have a preference over this, right? Yeah, I just love women because you sound needy. I am not sounding needy. There's something beautiful about women, you know? It's like they're gorgeous and they have all these like soft traits, and it's like sometimes when you can just like they smell good. I don't know. Okay, shut up. I'm not going to explain why women are good, okay? As you guys are dudes, I'm sure you understand. I'm just saying, I'm not needy. Shut the fuck up. I'm just saying that they are pretty fucking great, and I don't think we should just like kill all the femininity out of them, you know? I think there is beauty to it. It's nice if someone is domestic. I'm not saying dudes shouldn't be domestic. Fuck, like you should be. You should also, every man and woman should know how to cook, how to sew, how to handle a first aid kit, how to do your taxes, like stupid shit like that. I think that's a human skill. It's not like a boy versus girl skill, you know? And like, but it's just like, I don't know, it's different. It makes me sad when I see like games and the women are unlikable. It's like it makes me mad. It's like, do I hate them? And it's like, I don't hate women. I just hate a certain very narrow representation of women. And because it's just like, I don't know, it's just lame.
At the AAA level. If you can see that the developer is valuing and respecting us, we're genuinely pretty forgiving, right? And it's clear that these developers are at least attempting to do that and serve their audience well, even when they don't nail every single thing. The total gap and difference between the approach to development between Eastern and Western devs is just so massive at this point. It's almost like they're going in complete opposite directions of each other. One is obviously right, and the other thinks they're right while blindly charging ahead into the fire. And since we're talking about developers serving their audience, I feel like I can't make this video without at least mentioning that there are still some incredible Western indies who are fighting the good fight. Claire Obscure with Sandfall Interactive, pouring love into every story beat, accompanied by great gameplay, sold over 3 million.
I remember how angry the gamers were that the female characters actually were cute, and then they were just like, you can't like them. Oh my god, that's not allowed. You cannot be attracted to her feet being bare. What?
Sold over 3 million copies, and now they're having meetings with Square Enix. I'm not a card girl, but Balatro was made by one person over 2.5 years and sold over 5 million copies, finding real success with its audience. Animal Well spent 7 years in development to create a highly praised Metroidvania that, during launch month, outsold every first-party Nintendo game on the Switch's eShop. Great job. And another Crab's Treasure, the Souls-like from Aggro Crab, reached 500,000 copies sold in just over 3 months, with the developer saying, you can't engineer virality, but you can put heart into the game. Heart. That's what we're talking about. Baldur's Gate 3 has sold over 15 million copies. You can feel how much Larian loves this game along with its audience. Hogwarts Legacy sold over 30 million.
Oh, it's over. Oh, wait. Hogwarts Legacy sold more than Baldur's Gate? Almost double? I'm just clocking the numbers. Holy shit. Really? It's Harry Potter. I know, but like, I'm gonna be honest with you. If there wouldn't have been those few retards who were trying to get people bullied and cancelled, I don't think it would have been that popular. It would have been popular, but it wouldn't have been that popular. Because everyone loves Harry Potter.
Someone finally tried to give us the Harry Potter experience we've always wanted. When you look at these games, you can clearly see a difference versus all the Western flops, right?
I guarantee you there will be a new Harry Potter game, and it will be a live service, and there will be battle passes and like weekly refreshable quests and shit like that. They are going to murder it. It's going to be awful. I already feel it.
The AAA disasters with their massive budgets will continue to be
What?
completely
They were nominated
outperformed by
for
developers
nothing?
who show genuine love, care, and appreciation. The pattern is crystal clear. When developers make games for us, we respond, even when the games aren't perfect. That response sends a clear message that developers who try will be rewarded over developers who couldn't care less. And that message is creating a beautiful renaissance. You know that moment when you start a game and within minutes you're like, oh, this is gonna be good. That feeling is coming back to gaming. Because when developers prove that actually caring about players—
Dude, I actually had this, like, it wasn't lately, it wasn't the past 2 years, but like maybe the past, I don't know how many years before that, and I was like, I don't enjoy gaming. Am I growing old? Am I too much of a boomer now not to like it? And then I realized it wasn't that. I just really hated the kind of games that they came out, and I started to play older games, and I was like, no, I still fucking enjoy it. It's not that. It was just like very fucking bad games. Repetitive, almost like a fucking chore. Like I was dreading the logins and whatnot.
works, it gives everyone else permission to care again too. When studios see Black Myth Wukong making $1 billion or Stellar Blade having immediate success on Steam, suddenly the whole industry has to choose.
I had that feeling too. Then Elden Ring came out and I realized it wasn't a me problem.
See, like, dude, Elden Ring is really not my cup of tea because Souls-like, I have zero skill. But when I played it, it was like being teleported into a different world, and every minute of it was like so thrilling. It was fucking amazing. I still remember it when we started it on the Subathon, and like how the areas looked like and what we were like killing and whatnot, and how many times I died and how scared I was. It was fucking amazing.
Thinking about your players, or watch the developers who do care about us leave you behind. This success is spreading. More Chinese—
Dude, the Warcraft became Chorecraft. You know, I feel the same. When I went back to retail World of Warcraft, I was actually shocked how much I didn't enjoy the game. And I was like, oh, maybe I outgrew the MMORPGs, right? But then they launched Classic, and I went back to Classic and I was like, wait a second, but this is fun. What's wrong with retail? And it was just like, I don't know. I just can't enjoy retail. I don't know why. Even from the beginning, it's just so bad.
If you want to give Elden Ring another chance, then as a newbie I would recommend you go for either Magic or a Heavy Warrior build.
Oh yeah, I was Magic. I sucked ass at Magic. Oof. Retail is a full-time job. I think it's the opposite. It's almost like holding my hands all the time, you know? Like, so like you boot up retail, you make a brand new character, and even from level 1, your character is supposed to be like a fucking hero. It's almost like the journey is already done. And like the leaders like Sylvanas and whoever talks to you because you're the hero of Azeroth. And I'm like, bro, I just booted up the game. You know, what? And there is always like, go here, and then it shows it on the map, and you click on it, and it automatically goes there. Go there, shows it on the map, counts it for you. Okay, then go here. It's like a click and walk adventure.
And Korean studios are feeling confident that caring about players works at a AAA scale, and they're branching out beyond Souls-likes into every corner of gaming. RPGs, horror games, action titles, bringing that same respect for players.
New Resident Evil. We are only... Isn't it coming out in September? That's like 1 month away. New Resident Evil. Japanesey, cute. Cutesy. Sorry, Silent Hill. Why am I talking? Resident Evil next year. Sorry, Silent Hill F. Yes. It's gonna be Silent Hill. No. Wait, Resident Evil comes out next year, January? Maybe? I am so hyped for the new Resident Evil 2. You have no idea. Jesus Christ, I'm vibrating.
Wherever they go. Just look at what's coming. So Tides of Annihilation, which I'm super excited for. Phantom Blade Zero, Blood Message, Crimson Desert, finally launching hopefully. Project The Perceiver, doing this philosophical storytelling thing. Showa, American Story, tackling alternate history. That feeling is coming through in every trailer, every gameplay reveal. These developers are trying to make something we'll love. And every game we buy is a vote for what kind of industry we want. When we support developers who make games for us, we're funding care over corporate nonsense. And
you know, I don't even think that there's a problem with DEI games. Like, I think you should have, like, let's say they have Dragon Age, right? And the Veilguard, and they wanted to make a game where you have the pronouns and the options and all of that. I think it should be fine. What I have a problem with is they are telling everyone who doesn't buy the game after it flops that they are like misogynist bastards. No, like, listen, if they want that kind of game, then they should have it. But you cannot tell that every gamer is like basically the reincarnation of Hitler because they don't want it, right? Then expect that if you put certain things into it that not everyone is invested to, then they might not play it. You know? Like, Jesus, people are allowed to have their preferences. And if their preferences is not aligning with your ideals, that's perfectly fine.
And right now, especially, our purchases matter because the developers who get it are fighting for us and fighting to keep that focus alive. Here's what I really believe. This isn't East versus West at all. It's genuine care and passion versus contempt and disrespect.
Okay, but don't rape the corpse of Dragon Age to make it. Okay, I agree with that. I don't think it's fair that there is a successful franchise and a bunch of people comes in and put their dirty little hands on it. It is the same thing with Star Wars, bro. Star Wars was amazing and then Disney got it and now it's a slop. Like, if I would have told you like 20 years ago that Star Wars is going to become a slop, you would have laughed at me. You would have been like, George Lucas is the fucking God Almighty, right? And now it's like you have like lesbian space witches scissoring so that the midichlorians will give them a baby or some shit. I don't know, man. Now it's just weird.
Developers who build with their audience in mind versus studios who've stopped thinking about us entirely. And
there is no Last of Us 2. That never happened. We are still very sad that there was no Last of Us 2 because Last of Us 1 was really good. We wish there would have been, but we accept and we are proud of the company that they were able to resist greed. And there was no Last of Us 2. Joel is still alive. They're still fighting. They're still trying to get the cure. Yeah.
George Lucas is the one true God, bro. There are 6 Star Wars movies.
So true. So true.
After all of the chaos that's infected gaming development over the years, I still feel genuinely hopeful. We're proving that our voices and our wallets do make a difference.
What if The Witcher 4 will be bad? I don't think it will be bad, and I will tell you why. I think it's still far enough in development that they will see that everyone and their mother is tired of DEI shit, and they are not going to put like current politics into it. I think they are course correcting. I think if something wouldn't have changed, it would have been shit, but I don't think it's going to be shit.
And that the future of gaming will be written by the developers who value what the players want. The Renaissance is real, and I can't wait to see what comes next. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. Are you feeling this shift too? What are some of your favorite games lately? Ones that clearly had a passion and respect for the player. I would love to hear your thoughts because honestly, my backlog is never big enough. Thanks again for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.
Nice. Is this girl from the same game or is she from a different game? I can't even. This is the same girl. Is it from the same game? Is this the same girl? It's Mortal. Wait, this is Mortal Kombat? Is the same actress? Okay. Do you like bulge? I'm okay. I'm actually alright. She might be bald in real life. I'm not even talking about the baldness. It's they're nerfing her pretty face. You gotta spend your tokens when you have them. Dude, I wish we could get a DLC where she actually looks cute. So sad. Mudge. You can lick the top of... I do not want to lick the top of her hand.